everybody, what is up? My name is Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice.
And today you are looking at our 2021 Gen Con haul, which, if you're not familiar with Gen Con, it is the biggest board game convention in the US. They got all things board games, bunch of Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing games, all that stuff. But yeah, this is what we brought home.
Yeah, I find this very ironic because about 2 weeks ago, I said in our video, board game haul and how many games we owned. I said, I don't think we can get any more because we wouldn't know where to put them, and yet here we are.
Okay.
So that's your job to find out where to put all these games.
And in our defense, half the games that you're looking at here are from our publisher friends who we've got so that we can show you more about these games and which ones are awesome, because we want to tell you so that you can get the best. But the other half we bought because we were playing games and we were just like amazed with what we saw. There's so much creativity going on, y'all, and a bunch of these games came out in the last year and we're really excited about them.
Yeah, and throughout it, I was able to vlog throughout our Gen Con experience up in Indianapolis because this was our first time going. We've in person. Last year we attended live, and we wanted to share with all of you who may not have been before or wanted to see how this year was different, because a lot of people said it was different. So throughout this video, you'll see that we played a lot of games. We got to play test a lot of things. There were so many cool things to see. I didn't capture everything because boy, there was a lot. And also, the other half of the reason we were there, we actually were playtesting our game, Bark Avenue.
Yes,
we tested it for 9 hours.
9 whole hours.
So we're able to make a lot of progress with that. And overall, Gen Con was just a wonderful experience, and getting to be in the board game community. They call it the best days of gaming in the year, and I have to agree. So let's dive into that vlog. Good morning from Gen Con. Okay, you guys probably saw yesterday we flew from New York, and now we are in Indianapolis at Gen Con. And if you don't know, Gen Con is like this huge board game convention. I think it's the biggest in the US, yeah?
Yeah.
It's absolutely massive. And so we're gonna go show you around. It's day one, lots of stuff is happening. We got our t-shirts, so we already picked up our badges. It says TerreDice Game Master. So we have meetings, nothing today. And then, so today's like our playground day. So we're gonna go test some games, see what we can see. Basically today's for us to have fun, and the work starts Friday and Saturday.
Let's go.
Woo! Hey guys! So it's lunchtime now, and we just had a super yummy burger from Harry and Izzy's. We decided we needed a mask break, so we stepped outside for a little bit, and it's been a while since we've been around this many people, so we needed to decompress for a second. But it is amazing. Let me show you all the stuff we have gotten so far.
Alright, we're looking for triples. Four triples. Got a good feeling about this one. Three.
We just had pulled pork sandwiches and pretzels and real sloppy fries. I don't know what's going on there. Looks good.
And then we met up with our two friends, Jessica and Alex. Alex went to Rose Holman. Jessica went to IOC with me. She was my college freshman roommate. And so yeah, we're gonna hang out with them and play some games. And they came to meet us at Gen Con.
Alright, we are getting ready to play test or run through the Rocketeer by Funko Games. We watched the movie on the plane on the way over here, so we're very excited. And we just learned how to play, and we're gonna get started. Got a bunch of other people over here playing, and someone from Funko teaching us. Hello, and let's get going.
Hello! So this morning we play tested The Rocketeer by Prospero Hall. It is really great. If you haven't seen that movie, go check it out on Disney Plus and then play that game, and you'll just be amazed by their design. They're so good at designing thematic board games. So the rest of the day we have a couple publisher meetings. We're meeting with Keymaster Games in just a little bit, and then another publisher as well. And then we also are playtesting Park Avenue for the first time at Gen Con in person. We did last year at Gen Con online, but that'll be at 8 p.m. tonight, and then we got the rest of our playtest tomorrow.
How is this staying up? What? Is this really all cards? That's crazy.
Sit on there, it's like just a few floors too many, and just sitting back, look at the floors.
The good news is that you're back in the big word. Like I understood, if you're attracted to someone to this game, you want them to see love them.
Alright, hey guys, so it is 7:30 right now.
Yep.
Let's see what has happened since last time we checked in.
We've been hustling on the showroom floor. We've been going around talking to some publishers, trying to get the best reviews we can out to y'all too, and figure out what the best new games are. Picked up some very fun, exciting new games, so we're really excited to share those.
Yeah, we also went to Dice Tower Live. That was super cool.
That was very fun.
They did top 10 games with the worst names, which was actually hilarious.
It was very funny.
Yeah, it was very, very funny. Very cool to see them in real life. I went to a puppet class. That was super fun.
Yeah, it was a Sesame Street person.
Yeah, someone from Sesame Street. I'll link her name right here. It's not in the top of my head right now, but that was really cool. So I'm learning how to do puppets. So that was a lot of fun. But right now, we are setting up for our first playtest at Gen Con of Park Avenue. So we have 4 2-hour playtests.
Oh, they've never seen a card before. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler! So we are with our copy right now, and we're starting in about a half hour, but we got here a little early just so we can set up and, you know, make sure all the pieces made it from New York here and kind of go everything. Jonathan's taking time to open up one of his games that he bought today as well. So that's what we're doing now, and just kind of relaxing. Tonight is going to be a 4-person game. So how this works is we kind of get to tell them what we want, and then they provide it at the table. So there's a bunch of tables around right now, and a bunch of other people playtesting games that maybe will come to life or maybe become big games someday. So it's really exciting to like see everyone testing. And yeah, how you feeling?
I feel great. I'm excited.
Yeah, he's excited. I'm really excited too.
I've had a couple really good playtests lately, so.
Yeah, I'm exhausted right now. It's been a lot. Okay, so we just finished our very first playtest exposure
at Gen Con.
At Gen Con.
Yeah.
So not our first playtest by any means, but first one at Gen Con. And how'd it go?
It was fantastic. It was great. It went really, really well. We got a really awesome, diverse group to come and play it, and they had a really great time playing it, and they gave us a lot of good feedback. We also saw a lot of things that were like, ooh, that's good, and took notes just so we could make sure that everything is shipshape. And I'm just really happy with how it went. A bunch of people came up to our table too and were just like, that looks cool, I want to play that. So that was cool.
We got a lot of compliments on the art too.
We did, yes. They loved the box art, and they loved like the whole concept of how everything works.
Yeah. All right, and we have how many more?
We have 3 more playtests, so we have 6 more hours of playtesting, plus informal stuff where we'll show it off.
Yeah, and so it is 10:44 at night, and we're still here. And John's like, hey, before we go, can we play this game called Paris? So
yes, we can.
That's what I'm gonna do. Check in with you later.
Good morning, everyone. It is day number
ready for Gen Con. It is a beautiful morning in Indianapolis. Jonathan and I have split up this morning. He is going off to start a Bark Avenue playtest. I am going over to an AEG meeting. So meet up with some people over there and some other YouTubers and reviewers and see what AEG has going on. And then I will join the playtest with Jonathan to finish that out. But got my coffee, half a cup of coffee. We'll need more later. This has been really cool. And I gotta put the phone down because I'm running a few minutes behind and I don't know where I'm going. All right, check in with you later. And said, your brain's not working. It's been a long day. Okay, so last time I checked in, I was at the AEG meeting. That went really well. I need to hurry because we need to do a play test.
Oh, you don't have time to do.
Okay, we got a lunchbox. I'll show you later. Okay, so we also had a meeting with Funko Games. That went really well. Hopefully we can tell you more stuff in the future. And they just had a meeting with Chuck Games. Jonathan ran a Bark Avenue play test this morning, and
it was good.
It was good.
It was good.
And then right now we're heading to a 3-person game, and then we're going to do a 5-person game back to back. So 4-hour session.
Yeah, wow, that's cool. Okay, so now the Frenzy Monster does activate and it moves 3 spaces.
The Chupacabra moves 3.
Yes. 1.
Oh no!
2.
Willie!
And
No!
it will stop there and knock out this one.
It's gonna attempt to.
Well,
We're gonna roll the dice.
2 dice.
Come on, Willie! Oh! So he's dead. That goes up.
Okay, so that was our footage from Gen Con. Now, there were so many amazing games, and you're gonna get some reviews of this stuff over the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. But we did want to tell you about a couple games that just like shocked us or surprised us, or that we were just really impressed with while we were there. So we each came up with a top 5. Now, not all of these games that were on our top 5 are out yet. Some of them were demos of games that are coming out over the next couple months, or a lot more than that. But yeah, we just wanted to tell you about a couple of those. So why don't you start with number 5?
Okay, so my number 5 is coming in at Rolling Heights by AEG. Now, this was a really neat game. I actually got to go to an event where we got to get a sneak preview of this game all set up. And it has a wonderful table presence, and it takes place like in New York City. So I'm looking forward to that one. Kickstarter, I think, coming sometime next year.
Okay, so my number 5 on this list is also a preview that we saw. So we checked out this game, That Time You Killed Me by Pandasaurus. It is a 2-player game. Takes place over time where you're these time-traveling agents trying to kill each other. One is the true inventor of the time machine. Real cool stuff. We are really excited about this game.
My number 4 coming in is a game that we also got to preview that will come out sometime next year. That's by Funko Games and designed by Prospero Hall, which you know we are huge fans of, and that's Warriors Come Out to Play, which is a movie from back in the 70s, and it's about New York City gangs. Obviously, my list is a New York theme. And we got to see it, and the art's really cool. It has this really neat grunge look, and the mechanics look awesome. So definitely keep an eye out for that game.
Number 4 is actually this game right here, Riftforce. So we went over to Capstone Games booth. In this game, you'll get like a deck of cards for your 4 specific abilities, and you play cards and then activate abilities using all those cards. And it's this like combat game where you're blowing up the elements on the other side of the board. Really fun. Love it. Way better than like Shot and Toten. Big fan of this game.
Oh, okay. So my number 3 is a silly game which I happen to love. It is Strike, which I think is a re-release, correct?
Yeah. It's been around for a while. It is stupid simple and stupid fun.
It is an amazing party game. I think it's about to come back in Target. Basically, you just take a bunch of dice and you throw them into this little arena and you make the best of what you got.
Okay, so the next one I finally got to see in person, Merchants of the Dark Road, which I have been talking about. Mackenzie is sick of those words because that is a Kickstarter that I missed and I was so sad, but I got to touch it. I got to like play around of it. It is sweet. I'm very, very excited for it. You can pre-order that now on Elf Creek Games site, so definitely check that out. It just looks awesome. It's got Andrew Bosley's art. We just love it. Yeah.
So anyone that talked to Jonathan at Gen Con knows that he got to see Merchants of the Dark Road and he's very excited about it. He wanted to tell anyone that he could. Okay, this is one I think a lot of people are excited for. Where is it? There it is. That is Horrified American Monsters by Ravensburg.
I was really happy.
I'm so excited for this. We actually got to do a full game of this while we were at Gen Con. We're going to do a full review coming up. Neat mechanics. It really does feel like the original game. Like it pulls in those mechanics. Prospero Hall didn't work on this, but I think the new designers did a good job at matching that level.
Oh yeah, it's just more monsters, more fun. It's really great.
So keep an eye out for that. We are going to do a whole review.
The next game on my list, it is actually this game right here, Paris, La Cité à Lumière, and I'm sure I butchered that. It's French. Okay, but this game it apparently came out in 2019. I've never heard of it. It's by Devere Games, who did Red Cathedral. That's their big game they're known for. But it was in their front demo booth, and I went up, and the guy's like, "Hey, you want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I played the game. It's amazing. It is so much fun. So you start by drafting these tiles that basically you play them down and you're laying the city's electrical grid. So these are the spaces you get to play on. One player is the like orange sunlight, the other player is the blue like nighttime, and then they both can use the like purple dusk spaces. So you're trying to like lay all these tiles so that you make the best spaces for you, because then you're also drafting these polyomino tiles the whole time, and then it's a polyomino game, and you're playing like epic patchwork duel between each other, and you're trying to fit your stuff onto the board. Use your little chimneys to mark which ones are yours. Oh, it's so much fun, and it's got a ton of replayability because the board's going to be different every time you play.
We were really looking for 2-player games for you guys, so we are trying to find that next top 10 list, and so we are working hard behind the scenes to bring you part 3. We are at number 1. So
crossover.
Yeah, crossover. We both share our number 1, and apparently so does Gen Con, because this won Game of the Con.
Yeah, from Gaming Trend.
From Gaming Trend, yeah. So this is Rocketeer, The Rocketeer, Fate of the Future, designed by Prospero Hall, published by Funko Games. And yeah, we actually got to do a demo of this game and play the whole game. Yeah, it is a 2-player game based on the Disney movie that came out in 1991, and they do an amazing job. We actually watched the movie on the plane ride over. We're going to do a full review on this coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. But all I can say is definitely did deserve Game of the Con. I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys all will too.
Okay, so that is the games of Gen Con, but we also did a lot of really cool other stuff. So we each had one other favorite thing we loved. So what was the other thing you did?
Okay, so Gen Con, you don't just play games. They also have a lot of classes that you can take too, like LARPing, a whole bunch of others like acting classes, or a puppet class. You know, everybody. So I actually got to take 2 puppet classes while I was there, and it was actually taught by a girl that works on Sesame Street, and so it was just really fun. I have a theater background. I am theater, so getting to take a little bit of a theater class while I was there was super fun, and I have a big interest in puppets. And so I had a lot of fun hanging out.
Okay, so my favorite event was actually the Charity Boardgamer Meetup. So if you're not familiar with the Charity Boardgamer, that's Chris. He runs that channel with all sorts of friends from this awesome community where they do live streams for charity and a bunch of other really sweet stuff. He co-hosted an event with Jaybird the Word, that's Justin, who's a great friend of mine, who was actually my Board Game Geek Secret Santa this past year. So if you haven't seen our Christmas video, there's more on that. But it was just an awesome experience. So while we were there, we played Kabuto Sumo. I played that with Danielle from Board Game Bakes and with Grant from Grant's Game Rex. That was super fun. And then we played Horrified American Monsters with Brandon and Lexi from All Aboard Gamers and with Jeff from Prolific Games. It was super fun. We had a blast. We saw a bunch of other really cool people over there, like Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple and Eric Lang, the board game designer. So it was just an all-around sweet experience. While we were in Indy, we stayed with Nelson from Fantasy and Some Flights, who is just an awesome dude. But actually, I know him from college because we were in the same fraternity, so he's my brother, and it was awesome to see him again. The funny thing about that, we actually followed Fantasy and Some Flights on Instagram for several months before I realized Dalton and Nelson, those names sound really familiar, and they both live in the Midwest. This is a little weird. It turns out I knew them, and I just had no idea that they were also running a board game
They
Instagram.
never show their face, so it's not like you didn't remember them.
They have a podcast too, but I haven't
yeah.
listened to it. So, but yeah, that was pretty funny. But we got to hang out at their house. It was like so much fun. And they introduced us to some awesome friends, Alex and Evan from Being Friends, and we hung out with them too. It was a great time.
All right, everyone, and that is a review of our experience at Gen Con. It was amazing getting to meet all these amazing people and see all of you there that we got to meet, and also play so many amazing games and putting faces to these publishers. Like, they're real people, and they're working really hard to bring you amazing games, which just made me really happy to see. It was wonderful. We have some amazing reviews coming up for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned. As always, thank you so much for subscribing. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you get notified whenever we put out a new video. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Happy playing!